The round table.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will. It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the round table.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
I gotta pray today?
Yeah, it's your welcome.
Yes, I know. Yes. Well, you know, for today's prayer, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank everybody, thank all my friends for being so kind to me over the last week. I missed the show last week.
Yeah.
But most of all, I would like to thank the fans, or as I like to call them, the Marcusarians. Marcusarians who will take down the Japanese and the Holdenators. Marcusarian nation, unite!
Why would you not be a Marcusarian over a Holdenator or a Japanese?
Because they're fucking Aryan like Hitler loved.
Why would you not love the best? He's the one who does it all. Why would you not root for the always go for the
Oh, I have things to say
I
about
read the
this.
news.
Oh, and he kills all of the Jews, everybody.
What
Anthony
is
DeVito,
that?
how do you feel
Kills
about
the
that?
Jews.
I'm a Japanese.
I am
not
We're all Japanese.
No.
Yeah, I love you, baby. I love you.
I'm a Marcusarian.
Yeah!
I'm not even starting my own group. I'm just a Marcusarian.
It's fucking happening.
Bullshit.
Ed just hates the Jews.
All right. Well, of course, of course, we are all the round table of gentlemen. That's what we are here. So, is that the final? That's your final prayer?
Amen. Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
No man.
Amen to you, my God.
Yeah. I don't know if it's your God, but
Thank you, my
leader.
disciple.
Holy Lord. The most, that's the worst prayer ever, but it garnered the most reaction.
Thank
I
you,
thought it was
sir.
amazing, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Jesus
I
Christ.
just want to just show me your dick. Just let me see it.
I don't think now is the time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's a real Marcusarian over here.
Where are your hands, Ed? Hands on the table. Hands on the table.
Hands on the table. All right. Who are the people here? I want to thank a listener. What was his name, Marcus?
Randy Katzen.
I'll tell you this
Jesus
Randy
Christ.
Katzen character. Randy, you're an amazing man. He sent a bunch of beef jerky here to
Jerky
Cave
boy?
Comedy Radio.
Jerky boy Randy?
Jackie is currently gnawing on
Dude,
it as if
it's
she's
so
a cat that'll never eat again. And she can't get enough of it.
Put me in a trash can.
That's right, honey. Put you right in a trash can. So thank you, Randy. Amazing stuff. And you got to start selling these. Start selling this beef because you do a kick-ass job of jerky in it. It's
A little too spicy.
It's not too spicy. Eddie's just mad. Eddie's not too spicy. Eddie is mad because Marcus said it was because he really enjoys Pat Dixon's Crime Report
Yeah.
Good
and
show.
last podcast on the left.
Good show.
Yes.
But now Ed is very upset because he didn't mention Roundtable by name.
Phenomenal show.
It's a phenomenal show. Everybody loves it. Anyway, it was also for the Roundtable. So Ed, you're here.
Yeah.
We know the Holdenators.
Holdenators, ho! You are Japanese if you don't, please.
Fuckers, and you skip me.
You are
piece of shit,
Japanese
Kissel.
if you don't, please.
Jackie, would you like to retort to that thing that made no sense?
Yeah, Jackie Zebrowski is here. Marcusarians, more like Marcus I don't carry.
Holdenators endorse that comment.
Don't fucking endorse anything I just said.
Oh.
We are Japanese and we do please.
Japanese, get down on your knees and all bow down to the Marcusarian.
I hate it.
Against it.
Mr. Marcus, she's making me mad. She's making me mad, Mr. Marcus.
Holy Lord. This is just one of the dumbest recordings of
All my
any-
Holdenators out there, Holdenator tip of the day, do not try to climb Mount Everest.
Well, a
That
lot
is
of people
tricky.
enjoy climbing Mount
That is-
Everest.
it's a dead man's game.
It's not a dead man's
all
game.
the Japanese, you do what you want because you go for the gold. I believe in you, Japanese 2014.
So you encourage somebody to climb
yeah, sure.
Mount Everest.
You want to get dead? I support it.
Sure.
We're going to cut their clits off. We're going to cut them off of them.
No.
Yeah, Holdenators like to cut clits.
Yeah.
He went to the no bad, yeah.
All right.
I miss.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Sitting in. All right. Sitting in for Kevin Barnett, Anthony DeVito. Thanks for being here, Anthony.
Thanks for having me. Love it.
Absolutely.
He's hammered.
Did you have
Love
some of
it
that
here.
jerky? You had some of
What's
that
up?
jerky?
Oh, yeah. I had some of that jerky.
You enjoyed it, huh?
A good amount of spice.
I thought it was a nice amount of spice.
Perfect amount of spice.
Yeah, man, Jerky Randy's got it going on in my Spice Town.
I love Jerky Randy, and I love him in your Spice Town, Jackie.
I have a very refined palate, and it's just a little much.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, I don't. You eat mostly things covered in barbecue sauce, so I don't know if that's refined. Maybe like a refinery workers palate, but I'm not sure if it's refined. But okay, we got April here in the Chuckle Hut. Now, April, you're good friends with Ed Larson from high school.
Oh yeah, from way back in the day.
Amazing, and you stuck with him all these years.
Well, he still owes me $5.
Give him $5, Eddie.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter. You're never going to see that money, April. And then we got Steve McCarthy. Thanks for being here, Steve.
Hey, thank you. Just keep the clits where they are. That's what I
Wow, sounds like someone's a Japanese.
Well, I think
Fucking fascinating, Steven.
I'm sure he's referring to all the clits that are in Holden's jewelry box underneath his bed. He wants to keep the clits where they are.
Funny pearls.
Yeah, your funny pearls, a group of clitorises.
Pink pearls.
A clitori.
Pearls.
All right, so don't buy jewelry if it's marketed to you by Holden McNeely.
Or any Holdenator.
Or any Holdenator, because it's just clitorises. And that's from Thundercats. So you don't get Thundercats. You don't get to take Lion-O's or Panthros.
We got Holdenator merch. I'm gonna come in some cans and mail them out to you for $5.
You're gonna put your semen inside of cans, and then you're gonna mail
a little
those
bit
in.
of my coming.
And then how are you gonna get the cans without spilling all over the package?
Put tape over the top.
Yeah, put tape
Come
over
on,
the
what is
top.
this?
Put
Masking
over
tape.
there.
And
Okay.
I can cum the thing closed. I have sticky.
Yeah,
So you're gonna use
have you never mailed cum before?
Yeah,
Nah, you know what? Call me an asshole or don't put me in
What do
prison.
you do for birthdays?
This whole time, Anthony, I've been thinking a cake is nice, or maybe a flower.
A cum cake, maybe.
Oh, I see. Gotta come in
cum
some
volcano.
cans.
Can you imagine cum just squirting out of a volcano? It's like, yes, please.
How do you keep it that long? I guess you'd have to freeze it.
No. You just put it deep down inside of the earth. Get it real hot. Let it spurt all over you. And then I'll be like the grandmother in Dante's Peak. I'll just fucking swim through that cummy lava. Because that's how Japanese do.
I just pictured your pussy like Kirby. Remember that character Kirby?
Yeah, he
who
can
just-
be anything he wants to be. He just has to eat
sucks
you
it all up.
alive.
Yeah. That's right,
Yeah, the
Jackie.
ghost that can eat anything.
Yeah, Jackie's pussy.
Yeah, it's puffy, though. It's pink and puffy.
You gotta nickname your pussy Kirby. It's pink already, and it devours
Yeah,
all
puppy,
things in its
puppy.
path.
Does your vagina have a nickname?
I guess Squirty Bird.
You guess, huh? As if I had to make a guess.
Of what I've called it the most times.
Yeah,
Squirty Bird.
it would be Squirty Bird.
Yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend who called my cock the broken skunk.
Well, Squirty Bird versus the Broken Skunk. That's a smut film no one will jack off to. Hot stuff. All right,
It would
Marcus.
be action filled, though. It would be a lot
would
of
be action filled. It
I
would.
let the broken skunk sit for a second.
Yeah. I have a feeling the Broken Skunk has sat for a long time. All right, Marcus. Let's do a news story here because I literally
My
want to
panties
vomit.
just tightened up.
Oh yeah. Well, you can talk about that all you want, April. You're a very attractive woman.
Squirty Bird.
Jackie, it's disgusting when you say.
Squirty Bird wants to pick at you. He wants to pick at you. He's gonna squirt on your beak.
Broken skunk has grievances. He has hard grievances.
That's the name of your autobiography. Broken Skunk Has Grievances by Holden McNeely. And it's going to be big. What is one of the grievances?
Yeah.
You can't learn if you ain't teaching.
That's not a grievance. That's a sentence.
Is it though? Is it a sentence?
It is technically a sentence.
You burn brown.
All right, Marcus, just give a news story then. He's obviously
got a
out.
news story for you.
Yeah.
Doctors in southern Chantou City in China have saved an 81-year-old man from death after he put a squash into his anus in an attempt to get rid of his constipation.
Not bad, not bad.
That's a lot.
Man, that must have been some fucking horrible constipation.
Yeah, I mean, I
Cucumber
guess.
didn't work. You had to upgrade.
I would think so, yeah. April, what do you think? You would start with the cucumber, then move up to the squash, huh?
Well, truth be told, I think you'd start with, a bit of finger first, wouldn't you, before you went on to bed?
I don't know.
I swear to God, I used to babysit for the little Chinese boy, and when he was constipated, his parents recommended that I aid his...
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's insane. So they asked you to milk their son?
Well, I mean, more of
Duty
a
milking.
chocolate
Duty
milk.
milking.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in any pleasure whatsoever.
He didn't love it. I guarantee you he has chicks do that to him now, and he comes all the time.
Yeah, but I bet it was a yellow squash. Am I right, guys?
No, Jackie,
China.
that's not right.
Chinese.
Jackie, it's just your racism is annoying to begin with, but then when it's out of place, it's even more
That was
aggravating.
perfect. That was perfectly in place.
It was
that
not
was
in
like
place.
a puzzle piece. It was the last puzzle
I'm
piece.
sorry. I'm obviously quite a middleman here, but I am leaning towards the Holdenators at this point.
Oh, so you want to cut the glitz off?
Well, if it's yours.
You can't find it. It's deep in my cave, in my wet gallows down there.
Real Laura.
Rats come out.
What about the Marcusarians? We're obviously the superior fandom.
Well, you know,
Marcus's asshole is clean. It's so clean.
What about your ancestors, though, Kissel? You can't like an Aryan.
I mean, I never said that we were Aryans or part
you're
of
the
Marcus Aryan?
No, Marcusarians.
Sounds like Marcus Space Aryan.
No, like a cesarean section, like giving birth to the rest of the world.
Yeah, we're Roman.
Cesarean.
I don't know. It's a stretch.
No, it sounds like you're just making up some horse shit on the spot.
and that's your job, Holden. Don't let Eddie take it from you.
Yeah, Holdenator's gonna fuck up your whole car, you bitches.
Yeah. Anthony, you ever get anything shoved up your ass? Anthony, you ever do that?
I've never had
Never
anything up my
taking it back
ass.
to Hertz.
Never.
You never had anything up your ass?
Never had anything
Never a
up
finger,
there.
anything
Never,
like that?
nothing.
April-
No, I've had a finger from a doctor.
Oh, from a doctor.
That was
Okay.
it, though. That's me. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Did you come Jules?
Oh, God, I tried. I tried as hard as I could, but it wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Has that happened to you, April? Have you ever met a boy other than this kid you had to take care of that really loved to finger up the ass or anything up there? Some guys really like that stuff.
No comment. No comment.
Oh, that's a big comment, though. That is a big comment.
Sometimes no comments. Yeah, the biggest comment.
It's the largest comment. Yeah. So she definitely has got her fist up there.
That's great.
Not
Good
bad.
for you, April.
My fists are quite small, truth be told. So
Yeah.
If I was to pick a hand at the table to go up my ass, it'd be yours.
That's not bad. Eddie, I'm sorry. You have colon cancer. Well, I'm just happy you were the one to tell me, April.
I've got dirty fingernails. So
Yeah, but no, I know.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, I sized you up from the get-go.
Well, this man here in China, apparently the squash was a tried and true method. His relatives said that he had recently suffered constipation, and in each time he had the condition, he put a squash into the anus and then pulled it out as a way to facilitate defecation.
It makes sense.
After such an action, he could relieve himself easier. However, on the day of the incident, he had put a squash too deep into the anus, and he failed to remove it later.
Well, you know, that's why all the dildos, they have the balls on there, because you can't lose stuff. Because, I mean, you know, it's sort of a cliche, but exit only is relatively true when it comes to the anus. Once you get something stuck on the treads, it's pulling it in.
Yeah.
So this guy really, he needed to put a stopper on there.
Yeah.
That's what you got to, if you're going to shove any sort of legume or fruit up your asshole, make sure to put a stopper on there.
Put balls on it.
Put a balls on there. Yeah.
I blame the grocery store.
I do.
They gotta know.
Let him
People
know.
might be doing that.
There's no way this guy is eating 3 squashes a week. 2 of those are going up his asshole.
I
what's
demand.
the crime? Sexy vegetables.
Yeah, saucy veggies.
I feel like it's like an excuse to just stick something in his ass.
Oh, definitely. Well, always, yeah.
Oh,
nothing to do
I
with
had to-
constipation.
I had constipation. I got to stick something up there, you know?
And that's why I got this gag ball.
I got this leather mask because it helps me sleep at night.
Yeah,
this squash
living
was-
like a character from Reservoir Dogs with a fucking legume up your ass.
This squash was 3 inches wide by 7 inches tall.
Okay, that's a big squash.
That's a good size of
You
squash.
would think. I mean,
Must
Eddie,
feel
what?
awesome.
How big does it have to be to shake up the poo? It could be an inch by 5 inches, right?
Do they not have laxatives in China?
Well,
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
I guess squash is cheaper than a laxative.
Probably.
You probably just get it out of the ground over there. I don't know how it works.
I mean, Chinese food makes you shit yourself anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think
No,
you
or
need
not shit for 2
laxatives.
weeks and then it's blood.
then it's blood. Yeah, then it's blood. It doesn't matter. That's just a health problem.
I like this guy. He's sort of a DIY type of fellow. He doesn't have to go out to the store. He says, I got a problem. Look around the house to see what could possibly fix it. You see a squash, you use your butt squash for about 2 or 3
I love
weeks.
it. It's like that infomercial where you cut a potato in half, and that's how you get a broken light bulb out of the light socket.
Yeah,
you know, you're
Give
constipated.
that one away for free.
Yeah. Maybe he has a broken light socket in his asshole. Put a potato in that too. Who knows?
So did he go? Did he put the squash in his ass and then like go around town for a while?
No, you don't walk around with it, Eddie. He's not
He
a
said
cowboy.
he left it in there too long. So did he like go about his day?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I mean, this
I
happened.
bet he did. I bet he went and fucking rode the bus.
So you think that this guy could just have a full normal day with a 3-inch by 8-inch vegetable in his asshole?
I bet it gets very zen-like after a while.
I mean, he waited
go to
until
a
he had
place.
he waited until he had writhing pains in the abdomen and the anus area. You're not going to have those writhing pains right off. It's going to have to juice around. In
I mean,
there for
do
a
you
little
go to
while.
the doctor and just feel like I was eating wrong? How do you tell your
I
doctor that you...
forgot the wrong way. It
Yeah.
went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Doctor, I forgot.
Well, you didn't even even if you did it right, you didn't cook it. You didn't try to like.
Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't it decompose? That's the thing.
No,
Wouldn't it
not in the span of a day.
You put a suppository in there. Isn't that a quicker way for the medicine to get to the bloodstream?
That's right, yeah.
Well, why wouldn't he just get fresh veggies then throughout his
China.
body?
Sure.
Because it's China.
Yeah.
I'm looking up
Chinese-
Cantho City here.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, do you get nutrients if you put food up your ass?
How many people live in Cantho? 34 fucking million?
You know what? This might explain it a little bit more. This was not China. This was Vietnam.
It doesn't explain it anymore. By the way, everyone's reacting like that's a stereotype of Vietnam.
No,
It doesn't explain anything
It
anymore.
makes sense to me. I don't know why, but it does. They're
This
crafty.
situation would be China's Vietnam.
Suicide is painless. Sorry, I was just singing the MASH
No,
song.
I love it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the Korean War, though.
So my grandfather fought it. My other grandfather.
Fought
Did
the
they
Korean
win?
War?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was called
Koreans won.
It was a draw. It
It was
was.
a draw. We left. We lost.
Yeah. There's a draw.
How did they even get a squash in Vietnam? They don't have
Vietnam's-
fucking squash
yes,
in
they-
Vietnam.
They
obviously.
got
they
lots.
do.
It's very fertile land.
Yeah, they're farmer people.
Yeah, the women are really fertile, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not
Remember
sure that's
Vietnam?
true. No, when did you remember Vietnam?
Never there.
When were you in Vietnam,
Fucking
Jackie?
remember it? Agent Orange! Jackie needs help me.
Well, they're not here. They are not here.
They're coming to my aid.
So this poor guy, and now everyone's making fun of him.
Yeah, well, we are,
Yeah.
all the way across the ocean.
Isn't that sad? I mean, he's 81, so you got to figure he was right most of the time.
Yeah.
And just finally one
True. That's a
one
good
last
point.
time.
Yeah, that's a real good point.
It's sad.
Damn, he was 81, huh? That's fucking old to be doing that fun stuff.
Did you put the stem side in first?
Yeah, I mean, he was using it to poke it. He was using it to loosen things up.
Jocelyn.
Much like April was using her finger to loosen
Right.
up the bowels of the
Did you
tiny
ever
Chinese
actually do
boy.
that?
Steve, let me ask the questions.
I'm sorry. I was inspired.
April,
and
did you
curious.
ever actually do that? Did you ever? No, I was thinking that. Did you ever do that?
Which answer would you prefer?
Well, I want the truth.
No, I actually never did.
You
I'm
never
sorry.
did it, but
no.
you know for a fact his parents did it. Though.
Oh yeah, I witnessed.
Really?
I witnessed it.
Oh,
yeah.
they tried to like train you.
And did it work? Did it work? Did he shit
yeah.
all over
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
stick
Oh, yeah.
something in
Oh,
someone's
yeah.
ass. This is what this guy was trying to do.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Brown used to do it for Whitney Houston all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
Bobby
they-
Brown.
Or,
You
what
said
did-
Murphy Brown.
Oh man!
And
Don't ruin it, Eddie. I thought Murphy Brown.
yeah, and that is exactly
I
what he
knew
meant.
Holy Lord!
Candace Bergen and Whitney Houston
She
had
is
a
such a
love that we'll
slut,
never
that Candace
understand.
Bergen.
Candace Bergen, Murphy Brown.
Hey, he did it in character.
Yeah. Whitney Houston would have her dress up as
trouser
Murphy
suit.
Brown.
Oh my goodness! And that's tonight's news. And then you just hear a latex glove snap over her hand, and Whitney Houston's ass comes on the screen. Holy Lord!
FYI.
Put it right in there. Oh, is that what FYI?
Yeah,
Oh, that was the
yeah.
news station. information.
Yeah,
For your information?
Yeah, for your information.
I never got that until right
fucking
now.
fingers in your ass, you beautiful singer.
Thank you.
FYI,
Such a beautiful
fingers
voice.
in your ass.
Why was she? But why was Whitney so constipated?
I don't know. They talked about it on Whitney and Bobby. You know, like they did.
Bobby's smacking her arse all the time, I imagine.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it keeps
Constant
it in.
beatings
It
and
keeps the
heroin.
shit in.
I'll tell
You're
you.
smacking ass. That's the way it works.
Any girl that's been with me has a perfectly moving bowel.
it in.
Then. That's all it takes. I'm fingering all the butts. I just said all the girls with they would have good moving bowels
We
there.
can sit in the silence.
We can move on.
All right. So we're done with the guy who put the fruit up his ass.
Well, yeah, we're done
Or
with
the
that
veggie.
guy. Yeah. Well, I mean,
seasons of fruits.
there is one more thing I would like to add is that the Canto City, they have a little poem that they like to read to tourists. Canto, white rice, pure water. All who come wish never to leave.
Doubt
Look at my
that.
ticket.
That didn't even
That's
rhyme.
not bad. I would prefer some pork fried rice, but that's just me, you know.
I like white rice.
You like white rice better than fried
Of course,
rice?
you're a Marcusarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, typical.
Spicy. That rice is too spicy.
I know, isn't that Eddie in a nutshell? April, was Eddie always such a food bitch when you were in high school? I mean, he's so fat, but too spicy.
I really wouldn't limit it just to food.
You was a diva, huh?
Absolutely.
Now, of course, we
I
know.
deserved it too. I was the best. And I got what I got.
That's right.
I earned what I got, man.
He was the only
Nothing
10th
was
grader
handed
with a
fucking
rider.
He had a rider.
me. Absolutely.
Bitches, titties, and bow-legged women.
Oh my goodness.
I'm bow-legged.
Or just Vietnamese guys with vegetables up their asses. Did you obviously, for the listeners of Top Hat, you will know that Ed, you were a senator in high school.
Yes.
And April, did you vote for Ed when he was running for Senate? Do you recall this campaign?
Of course I fucking did.
And it was pretty amazing, right?
It was the best.
It was a shoe-in campaign, really,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Ed
There
Larson's
was no
really
other
good at
choice.
senatoring.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's senator. Yeah.
Well, I have pie where you can have a cracker. Ed Larson, senator.
That's good. That's good, Eddie.
That's
good.
And so Ed was a popular kid.
He was indeed a very popular child.
We did the morning announcements together.
Really?
Yeah.
We
That's.
did.
Did he ever try to kiss you?
No. Did I?
April, what happened? When did Eddie try to give you a kiss? Was he a little drunk? Did he have a fruit up his ass?
Constipation.
Yeah, that's right. Was Eddie the Chinese kid you took care of as a kid? As a babysitter?
Oh, he was just stoned. Ah, Jesus.
Yeah.
I thought he was Chinese all these years.
Because the
But
eyes.
Eddie did try to kiss you though one time.
No, did I?
I don't know exactly. I think there was we had a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
There was a conversation.
And that was like, Ed was like, "Will you go out with me?" And then you said no.
No, can't do it.
was
Too
real
busy.
than that,
Yeah. So Eddie asked you out in high school.
No.
I don't know if I did. I can't remember.
Oh, that's
We
interesting.
were hammered.
So you never kissed him, never once.
No, I've never kissed Eddie.
Well, isn't that something? You're still fuckable by bystanders then. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
nice. I said
Isn't that good
fuckable.
for you, April? Isn't that so good for you?
I'm so delighted.
She's
I'm
thrilled.
really delighted.
All right, let's move on.
That's the nicest thing Ben said in a month.
I thought so. Fuckable, not unfuckable.
You're fuckable.
Yeah, fuckable. Yeah.
All right, next up, Jamie Coots, a preacher known for snake handling as well as being the focus of a reality TV show, died Saturday after being bitten by a snake.
What do you know?
I didn't see that coming.
Thank God.
According to the Middlesboro Police Department in Kentucky, emergency crews responded to reports of a possible snakebite victim at a church on Evans Drive around 8:30 p.m., but say the victim had already left the scene by the time they arrived. Police say they found Coots at his home with an apparent snake bite to his hand. Officials say EMS responders explained the dangers of not treating the wound, but that Coots still refused to be transferred. Police and EMS returned to the scene an hour later to find Coots dead.
You know when he was just like, this will not be the end of Coots. I will find my way myself.
Snake's like, yeah, fucker, got that fucker. Oh, yeah, the snakes and I were talking about biting the fuck of that fucker.
Obviously, Holden, you're considered quite a lizard man, so you're on the snake side here.
Oh, I can communicate with the snake.
Really?
Yes, I like to tell it things like punch me in the balls or.
But it doesn't have
Yeah.
With what? It
Let's
doesn't have
go.
any.
It can whip
fingers.
me with its tiny tail.
Yeah, it's
La,
rabbit.
la, 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 and then I go bing. My whole shit goes fucking bing. and fucking shoots out. I'm sorry. I'm horny, girls. Listen to me right now, girls.
That is disgusting.
Holden's in estrus right now.
Yeah.
And by the way, where are the fucking ball picks? I'm sick of this shit. Send your fucking ball picks.
We've got a bunch of ball picks and a pussy pick that just came
When
in.
did we get
we've
balls?
never
We've
gotten
only
balls.
dicks. Yeah, we've only gotten.
I'm frankly quite surprised that you don't get any ball picks.
I would just want the balls.
Yeah, we got.
Shocked and surprised.
We got dicks. We got
pick. I want a picture of
All
your
right,
fucking
yeah,
throat.
fine. Throw in your fucking throat. Send your throat. Send your balls. We have tits. We have dicks. We have pussy at this point. Send your fucking balls. Send your throat.
I want to play the what gender is the nipple game.
that's fun.
Get close-ups of your nipples, send the picture in, and then we get to guess whether you're a man or a woman.
18 and older, please.
18 and older.
18 and
Or
older.
whoever has a nipple.
18 and older, please.
Actually, let's put it
Parents-
to, if you send the dicks, let's say a photocopy of an ID as well would be nice.
Or permission slip.
Yeah.
Signed by your parents.
Get your parents, make them listen, and then be like, I'm doing this, I'm sending it in, sign it, send it,
I
it's fine.
hereby decree.
Yeah.
So your parents just have to be in the picture.
Yeah.
All right.
Smiling.
Thumbs
thumbs
up.
up.
Thumbs up.
Or else you gotta know how to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
shut your
gotta just
fucking mouth.
Shut your mouth about it. Don't tell nobody.
16-year-old.
Take it easy, Steve.
Sorry.
Take it easy.
I went somewhere.
Oh my! All right. So I
Steve's scaring the shit out of everybody.
Oh, he's a terrifying guy.
Scary man.
See, all I feel is electricity while I sit next to him. Checking knees, I please.
No, please. No, please.
please
No,
it.
please,
So-
ma'am. Holdenator.
That's the electricity between the eels that are my thighs.
Holdenators.
Damn it.
Holdenators are having a jerkathon this Saturday at Union Square. We're going to fucking spend a couple hours aggravating people.
All right, let's do a fan contest.
Yeah.
I want you to draw a Holdenator jerk off circle. And then I want you to draw Jackie with legs as eels and like squirt down her pussies.
Yeah.
And whoever has the best drawing will send them.
Well, it's going to be the Jack and
I'll
Knees.
show up your
part.
house and I'll punch you in your fucking head.
Oh, that's actually a good prize.
It's not a good point. I don't even think it is a point.
Prize, not point.
Oh, a prize. He's going to punch someone in the head.
Well, he goes say hi. I mean, those probably hit him first. He's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's
Stupid
I ain't even gonna go, man.
You're not going to go to your own jerk-off session? Why not?
I'm too bored to go.
You're too bored to go and do something.
Yeah.
But the whole point of boredom is to cure it with doing something.
It's like you can call my parents and talk to them about it.
I just can't wait till one of the Holdenators just like cuts open your stomach and eats your intestines.
Oh,
when you're
to get
dying,
my
guys.
power. I can't wait. And then I'll live inside of him. What a treat.
Yeah. I do believe that you are officially a demon spirit just and using this disgusting body as a vessel. I would love to see. It's sort of like, what was it, the Jason Voorhees there. Where
And Jason Goes to Hell?
Jason Goes to Hell.
I can't wait to
Jason
walk
number
a
9.
man to
Yeah, number-
City
is it
Hall
9?
and take that fucker down.
Bill de Blasio.
All the building. I call the
Oh,
building.
the building.
Yeah.
I see.
Get it at its roots.
So you want to take a billion down in downtown
I'm not
Manhattan?
saying I'm not talking
Yeah.
illegalities here. I'm saying if I were to maybe do it, I'd do it.
Right. All right. Well, I think you're too dumb to be on the government watch list. So I think we're fine. You're pretty much allowed to say whatever.
Smoking weed.
Yep, smoking it, loving it, loving
She's
life.
like, oh, we're watching this fucking goddamn idiot again.
So this pastor, I do like this pastor though. The fact he did believe in God so much that he did not seek medical attention. I think that he was a true believer anyway.
Yeah, Jamie Coots was the pastor of Full Gospel Tabernacle in Jesus Name Church in Middlesboro, Kentucky.
So these are the snake people?
Yeah,
These are the
apparently.
snake people. Yeah, he's also the subject of the National Geographic Channel series Snake Salvation.
Oh, there was dumb fuck was an idiot. Hello.
Yeah, he was also under investigation. he had been charged after he was pulled over in Knoxville and was charged with the unlawful possession of poisonous snakes.
So I thought the whole point was to unpoison the snake. I thought that was the major trick behind most snake wranglers.
He was waiting for the belief in God to take the poison out of the snakes. And
I see.
As we all know, white Jesus doesn't exist.
Well, at least he wasn't a false preacher.
This is what I was saying.
Yeah.
I do believe
he's kind
that.
of a decent person if you look at it that way. He's
dumb
just fucking
and
retarded.
doesn't work. Yeah.
They also drink poison too. That's like part of it.
Yeah. In this church, they drink poison?
Like they're snake handlers, and they also drink poison.
And that's maybe to so they can get bit a couple of times, build up a tolerance.
Become immune. Yeah.
I would think so.
dumb.
I mean, Holden, you could get bit by like 1,000 snakes all at once, and you would be totally fine. They would die.
I would love if they all did it at once, and I was just a man covered fully in snakes, and I could walk around to the Walmart and the local grocery stores and just say hey to the missus.
That's disturbing. Marcus, what's up? What are you pointing to on the computer screen?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I was thinking about poisonous snakes and hung them, and I was reminded of a event back home in Texas called the Rattlesnake Roundup.
Yeah, I know the Rattlesnake Roundup.
Yeah, Rattlesnake Roundup's fucking great.
They have it on ESPN, don't
Yeah,
they?
in Central Texas, we have the world's largest rattlesnake roundup. It's pretty sweet.
And people walk around in this giant rattlesnake pit, and there's like
okay.
hundreds of rattlesnakes, and they all have like these crazy suede pants on, so they can't get attacked by the rattlesnakes. And they just walk around and step on the snakes.
Right. I love. I mean, so they think that they outsmarted the snake. Meanwhile, they're doing a very dumb thing with snakes.
I mean, look at that right there. I mean, there's a Miss Rattlesnake Roundup in the middle of a huge rattlesnake
If
pit.
you want to go in a snake pit, you get no protection.
And
the
by
way
the way,
you don't get bit by a snake is not going into the snake pit. You can't half-ass it like that.
Rattlesnake Roundup.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever. And what do you do?
Man, that Miss
She is hot.
Rattlesnake Roundup girl's looking
Oh,
pretty good.
it's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's the second weekend of March every
March
year.
8th,
Take
9th,
us,
and 10th.
Marcus. Take us.
Oh man, we should go to the Rattlesnake. There's another
that's
great one in Mangum,
2013.
Oklahoma. That's
All right. So what do you do? What do you do in a rattlesnake roundup?
you go and you look at a shit ton of rattlesnakes.
Yeah,
You buy rattlesnake related memorabilia.
Yeah,
you
get
can
that
buy.
little shaker.
Snake's tail there.
You buy
yeah, the
those.
rattle tail.
You can buy rattlesnake boots, rattlesnake belts, rattlesnake stirrups, rattlesnake
Jerky.
chaps, all kinds of stuff. Rattlesnake jerky. Yeah, you can buy rattlesnake
I've
meat
eaten
there.
it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Was it too spicy, Eddie?
No, it was perfectly spiced.
This jerky is so good, Randy.
Jerky is so fucking
I've been
has
eating
it.
this jerky
Randy's the
non-fucking
best.
stop.
Thank you,
Ooh,
Randy.
the fun starts on Thursday with the Rattlesnake Roundup Review Parade.
What's the review? What are they reviewing? I just don't understand it. I'll never understand a lot of things, but that's fine.
No, a review like it's like a review like this is spelled.
Oh, like what you're
differently.
gonna see.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
like
also
a
a
variety
idiot-
show.
I see.
There's
Yeah.
also
Is
a
there
gun,
burlesque?
knife, and coin show.
A gun, knife, and coin show.
That's Texas.
Now, those are three things that have never incited violence at all. Money, weapons, and knives. Or money, guns, and knives. That's very good.
Man, everybody's eating the jerky now. I love this.
I'll tell you, it makes for a great podcast because beef jerky just goes right down. You don't have to go, you don't got to chew it at all.
It's perfect with a Tecate.
It's very nice. All right, so the pastor is dead.
He's pastor.
All
It's
right,
for the best.
Hey, I like that, Marcus.
He's
I figured you'd like
bastard.
that, yeah.
That's fine.
All right, Marcus Arians.
So, Jackie, we need a what is it? A detente?
Oink, 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 oink. Like that? Is that what you meant? Detente?
Detente, yes.
Detente.
How you doing, Anthony?
Man, I'm great.
Good.
Jackie, that was fun. Can you oink it again?
Oink, 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 oink. Man, I watched so many of those videos of those poor pigs getting fisted. It's just like they were inseminating them.
Where?
We watched one on the Roundtable a few weeks ago when they were
yes.
inseminating the pigs because we wanted to hear the sound a pig makes when they fuck.
Yeah, you did,
And
yeah.
they just kept fisting it, man.
Right.
A pig loved it.
What did
And
it sound like?
And I assume that is positive.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, judging by all the ladies I've been with, that's
He
a
wasn't
sign of
throwing up
enjoyment.
blood, so I think he liked it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I judge in sexual natures.
All right, I'll take that. I think that's just fine. I agree with you, Jackie.
That poor man she's with.
Oh my goodness.
Fist him till he throws up blood.
Show me you like it. Show me you care.
Throw up that blood. Good bowels for a month if you get fisted by Jackie until you throw up blood. You're going to be just fine for a long time. All right, Marcus, what's another news story? We've got so many great ones this week.
Lots of great ones. A 10-year-old boy in Norway swiped his parents' car for a joyride, then claimed he was just a dwarf who forgot his driver's license when the cops pulled him over.
I love this kid.
Heard that one before.
Yeah, my grandfather used to make me do that.
Drive for him?
No, pretend I'm a dwarf.
Really?
Yeah, he'd
Why?
bring me to casinos and stuff.
And people bought it?
No, it was just adorable, so they let me in.
Really?
Yeah, I was so fat. I'm like, me midget. They were like, that's hilarious. Go ahead.
I see.
Fucking Eddie, tell him you're a midget. Tell him you're a midget, Eddie.
But I could see that actually working with your body size. You got a nice sized head, a big
real
body.
fat,
Yeah,
I
totally.
like how midgets can't talk right.
Me midget. Yeah.
No, he wasn't the smartest
how-
little person around.
That's how the security guard knows it's a real midget.
Yeah.
He's like, I am a midget. Sir, get the fuck out of here.
You're obviously a child with a proper education.
Because my grandfather used to pick me up for school because my parents worked until 5, and school was, when you're so young, it's out of like 2 or 1.
Yeah, ridiculous.
You know, and so he would pick me up from school and he'd drive me around all day and he'd take me to like where he wanted to go. And it was like usually a casino or like the track or whatever. And
That's
whenever
great.
I needed to get in, he'd just be like, you just say me midget. You say me midget. Me midget.
So, your grandfather was Ed O'Neill from the movie Dutch? Is that what I've learned? Is that what's happening here? That sounds very exciting. So you sympathize with this kid. This might have been a stunt you would have pulled.
I love this.
Yeah,
How do you not
it's
be
very
proud of this kid? If I found out my kid did that, I'd be like, good for you.
Yeah. The pint-sized fibber who lives in the small town of Dhaka waited until his parents went to sleep, then tried to drive with his 18-month-old sister to his grandparents' home at 6 a.m. on Wednesday.
They must have been bad parents.
They must have
He
been.
seems like a hero kid.
Yeah, he's taking his 18-year-old sister, getting the fuck out of
18
there.
month.
Or 18
You
months.
can imagine if she was 18 years old. This whole thing's on her.
I apologize. I haven't been on radio for a week, so my words are getting a little flubbered around.
You're doing great, Marcus.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Thank you. He made it about 6 miles before swerving into a snowy ditch where a plow operator.
6 miles.
Yeah,
That's good.
6 miles is great, and especially in the snow in Norway.
Totally. That's very that's a
could've
very
happened to you or
respectable
me.
distance. Absolutely. Yeah.
A snowplow operator found him and called the police. Pressed for details, the kid told the tall tale. The boy told the snowplow driver that he was a dwarf and that he had forgotten his driver's license at home. The parents woke up and discovered that the children were missing and that someone had taken off with their car. They were pretty upset, as you can imagine, the snowplow driver said. We have talked to the parents, and I'm pretty sure they're going to pay very close attention to both of their children and to their car keys in the future.
You know, when he
Very
got
nice.
pulled over, he just thought of that in his head. He's like, I'm just going to say I'm a dwarf. And that's fucking genius. Brilliant. I'm the smartest kid in all of fucking Norway. How has no one ever done this before?
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I think it could have worked in Norway.
It's
a
very
very
smart.
liberal. It's a liberal country. And imagine if it was a dwarf.
Yeah.
And you get arrested, and
Yeah.
they think you're a 10-year-old boy. That's harassment. That's
thing.
stereotyping. That's
Like, I don't
racism.
arrest dwarfs. I'll just say I'm a dwarf. you
Yeah.
know?
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen a dwarf arrested?
Yes.
I've heard
When?
stories.
Yeah.
We've covered a
In
dwarf being
Mexico.
arrested story. Yeah, probably.
All of them in Mexico.
Yeah, they round him up down there.
They arrest
It's the
them for being
rattlesnake
dwarfs.
of. It's a
They don't
rattlesnake
let
jamboree
You can
of
step on and
Mexico.
put on your suede
Rodeo.
pants.
Yeah, of course.
Walk into a pit.
Yeah.
Their shoes are made out of dwarf.
Yeah.
Me midget, me midget.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
They think they're gnomes, so they put them in a fucking hole and shoot 'em.
In a tree.
Well, yeah, it was a case of the short arm of the law after a dwarf dressed as a policeman on a stag party stunt was apprehended by the real boys in blue. This is from Yorkshire in England.
And this is a recent story.
Yeah, this is in October.
All right. There we go. So we got one case, one example
In England.
in
What do
England.
you do with your kid after that happens, though? I feel like I would like send him off to like a think tank.
No,
right?
it's too funny. You just let them get
These
away with
parents, yeah, no, I mean they're not smart enough. It seems like they're bad parents.
It's Norway. No one gets in trouble for anything. That guy killed 80 people. He's going to be out in 2 years.
Well, you
Breivik.
know, he
Churches
had
and stuff
problems.
A funny story about that. Did you guys see this? He's on a hunger. For all that don't know, Breivik, of course, he killed the 80 kids there at the camp in Norway. He's on a hunger strike because they won't give him a PlayStation 3, which means he has a PlayStation 2.
Yes, he does.
And literally Holden, and don't take this wrongly, but oh my goodness, I was like, if Holden was in prison, this is what he would be starving over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I want a DS. But where's my DS? I mean, it would be, and then just the annoyance from your cell, they would give it to you.
Yeah, because I'd go,
For 25 hours a day, you actually add an hour of the day.
That sounds like a pig getting fisted.
Yeah. Over and over again and in different ways.
See, people think like, no, you just beat him. It's like, no, he could just like get hit and get hit and get
Doesn't
nothing
matter. He
happens
loves it.
to him.
He just gets harder and harder
he gets
and harder.
louder and louder and wetter and slimier.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's harder to even get a punch off sliding off the sides of my fucking head.
Perfect.
Especially with all those clit pearls around your neck.
Oh,
It's
my
like,
Lord, my
what do we
treasure,
do
my
with it?
jewels, my sweet
my
precious.
That
Oh,
fucking sweater you made is disgusting.
oh, hello. Would you like to enjoy my precious jewels?
Slimy pea-slit sweater.
Oh, my Lord.
For some reason, all I can picture is Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
That's about appropriate.
You kind of are like Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
With a definite fishy smell.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're like
my
the
goodness.
idiot eel that works for her.
Right,
You're like the dumb eel.
Or like Whoopi Goldberg, the hyena.
I think I'm like a big, mean man. Strong and wise.
Man, you're like Harry Potter after a week of steroids.
Yeah.
But it
if-
didn't work out. He just got fat.
Yeah, exactly. Got a skin tag for a necklace, just a necklace of skin tags.
Willy Wonka.
Tiny testicles.
I'm
Oh,
like
the smallest nuts.
I'm more fun than Willy Wonka.
April, have you ever been with a guy with obscenely small balls?
Wow, you've been with a lot. With the balls.
I was talking to a girl about my balls the other
It's
day.
about a ratio. See, that's
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell the size of the testicles as to the size of the penis. Really, the
So
ratio
it's an average
there,
size
so.
dick, but you're better with a size like. But you're like, oh, these balls are definitely too small for this dick.
Well,
I've never
I
noticed
like
the
to- I
balls.
like to picture it the other way
What's
around.
happening?
I like to picture it the other
I
way
got a
around.
new thing to
Oh,
be
it's usually the
self-conscious about now.
big
I never
nuts
thought about
and-
my balls.
Yeah, you never thought about them, Steve?
Like, do
ladies
girls look
love
at
Maybe
balls
you
now?
should.
They do,
Maybe
because
you
I was
should.
talking to some girlfriends this past week. Apparently, they really do look at
Never
nuts.
looked
Oh,
at a
yeah.
ball.
God.
No,
Never
they-
looked at a ball.
Jackie, that's not true. I'm
Some
sure you.
cultures.
That's right.
Tell me about the Italian culture.
That's
Anthony.
make or break.
It is. I'm telling you, I was talking to women about balls this week, and they were like, some were super into them.
Can I-
I had a doctor once tell me I had huge balls.
Really? Did that make
Yeah.
you feel good?
Oh, made me feel weird.
Yeah.
I got big balls too, man.
And he's huge. I've seen Ed's
Big
nuts.
ass balls.
That is big
Fucking
balls.
crazy nuts,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Can I show you guys my
huge.
balls?
No, Steve.
Can I please show you my balls?
Thank
Seats
you.
now?
good.
I want to
Switch seats with me.
Can I show you my balls?
As you wish.
Can I please show you my balls?
No, but you have big balls but a small
don't-
dick, Steve?
I don't know. I don't even know what
We'll
how
talk
my
about it
balls.
afterwards. We'll find. We'll look
None
at
of us
them.
are judges. Let's just
Yeah,
say
it
that.
doesn't matter.
I know a lot.
I'll be a judge.
all right. We can move on. Then I was just wondering because I know a lot of ladies love the balls. Apparently, maybe it's just a bizarre
I love
comment.
playing Yank the Stones.
I don't know. All right. Okay.
All right, well, let's move on to India news.
Oh, man, that sounds fucking horrible.
My movies are so bad.
Bollywood.
This is the first thing that comes to your guys' head.
Yeah,
Slumdog
bad movies. Yeah,
Cows, 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 cows.
They're so important to us, cows,
Cows, cows, cows.
For no reason they matter.
No, they milk and they
Have you
respect
never
the-
heard the national anthem? of India?
that's it's translated.
sung by
It's
Holden
fucking
Aguilera?
Translated.
Holden, you got to go do it. Holden Aguilera singing
Cows,
the.
cows, cows, yeah.
So necessary for a reason, cows. cows.
They are. It's a religious thing.
There is milk to be had.
Do you think that? Nah, that's a bad joke. I'm gonna keep that.
No,
inside.
what is it?
No, it wasn't a good.
You
joke.
have to say it, Eddie. It doesn't matter. No, it's
I was
under
gonna
the
say,
guise-
do you think they all own delis because of New Delhi? It's a bad joke.
Oh, it was a deli.
God, that was a bad
Deli
joke.
I try to keep I try to keep it inside.
But you let it out, though, Ed.
That is
Keep
bad.
it, Ed, that was the worst.
Yeah, exactly. I kept it inside.
I hurt now.
I try to keep it outside.
This has ruined the whole show.
Yeah.
You asked for
New
it.
Delhi.
I don't know where to
I wonder if they all own some New Delis because they live in New Delhi. Oh, that's
And I'm
great.
disappointed in
That is good. Holy Christ.
To be fair to Ed, has anyone ever been to India?
That's a good
You don't
point.
know what's
That
going on.
never
What's
would.
going on over
Never
there?
would.
That's a good point.
How are the delis in New Delhi?
Oh, my
Full of fucking snakes, man.
All right.
And the podcast has reached a new low.
I love it. You have to narrate the whole podcast from now on.
Give us that more of that BBC voice.
Yeah,
You're
beautiful.
like the lady at the beginning of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Except I'm not English.
Is that her? Is she English?
Yeah, it's Kate Blanchett.
Actually, she's not English at all, is she?
Who is she?
Kate Blanchett.
Oh, Kate Blanchett.
She's the narrator?
Yeah.
I don't even know that.
Everyone loves
She's
it.
American, isn't she?
She's refined.
Yeah.
All right. She is refined. Okay, so
Well,
we're in New Delhi. I hear they all own delis. Oh.
Good joke, Ben. I like that joke.
I mean,
That was a good joke.
I feel like I can sell it. No, all right, so this guy, okay.
I'm scared.
It doesn't matter. Have some beef jerky, Holden. I'm handing beef jerky.
Beef jerky.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Well, Indian citizen Chandra Orayan is the first to admit life with a tail is far from easy. But the 35-year-old tea picker said he wouldn't change a thing.
What is he?
What did they call him?
A tea picker.
Bagger. He's not a bagger. He's a picker.
Tea picker.
Tea picker?
Oh, not a tea bagger, yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Well, it's not what I heard.
The 35-year-old tea...
All right, it was a 35-year-old tea picker.
I just can't believe they're calling him that.
Fucking tea picker.
It's fine. He picks tea,
We got
apparently.
coots and we got tea pickers up in here.
By the way, safe to say the man with the tail in India is a Holdenator. He's a Holdenator. No, that is again.
Get racist with me.
Well, the 35-year-old tea picker said he wouldn't change a thing and enjoys having godlike status even if his wife can't stand it. Arayan is worshipped by hundreds of followers in his native India who think he is a monkey god because he was born with a tail growing out of his back.
So, Ed, do you send this guy money?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's exactly the kind of guy you
I
send
want to
money.
see if he
This
hangs
is your
upside
guy.
down from a tree from the tail, send him money.
Yeah, here's a picture of the tail.
All right, let's see this tail here.
That's pants.
It looks like a hair.
Oh,
It's a hairy tail. His tail
It's like a
is
rat
covered
tail.
from hair.
No, it's a rat's tail. He's not a monkey tail.
No,
That's
he
a
just
rat
needs to
tail.
fucking shave that weird part of his back.
Yeah, it's just
freak.
hair. It doesn't. He can't move it. He can't wag it.
Ew, why is he? That's a model pose.
I love
Hey, this
I'm
is
with
my
you.
tail.
Go to the Roundtable
This is-
Facebook page to see more of the Monkey Man.
Man, I am just so surprised this man has not been murdered.
Well, some Hindus view the tail as good luck and believe it's a sign that he's an incarnation.
You fucking idiots. He's got a fucking tail. What's that good luck?
It could be good luck.
They believe it's a sign that he's an incarnation of a monkey god known as Hanuman.
I didn't know him. I'll tell you, in New Delhi, the funniest thing is, they don't have a lot of stores. But a bunch of delis. Everyone, it's even too bad to make a joke about how bad it is.
You did very well with that.
I'm trying, Jackie.
I mean, I don't know why.
killed.
It's in the past.
Well, then I'll just shut up then, Marcus. Why am I even here then?
He's got a hair tail. The man's got a hair tail.
But wife Mayno, his wife, said it's not easy being married to a living god, and she has had to compromise. She said, he doesn't look good. My mother and my father passed away when I was young, so my brothers wanted me to get married. So I had to compromise and marry him.
What brother would make their sister marry the guy with the tail?
Henry Zebrowski.
Henry, your brother made you. Doug is a very attractive man.
He would just want to take pictures of me sucking on that sweet hair tail.
Oh, that's Jackie. Come on, take
That's
it
what
easy.
he's into, man. He loves to watch me suck on hair tails, man.
No, he doesn't.
It's so weird. He does that.
Yeah, we should spread that. Henry
so weird.
Zebrowski loves to watch his sister suck on hair tails.
How many times has this happened?
9 times.
9 times. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
We have to stop going to India.
Is that what's happening?
That's the problem.
Does he sit on the floor when he watches it, or is he sitting on a stool?
Well, usually his tongue is like right next to my tongue, but never touching, only touching the hair.
Right. And he's not having food or anything.
Yeah, but that's like what brothers and sisters do for each other.
No,
You know?
that's not right.
Tongue touching. You guys don't do that?
No, very
It's not
rare.
kissing, it's tongue touching.
It's worse than kissing.
No
it's more
lips
than
touch.
I've seen.
So it's not a kiss. It's just a tongue touch.
I play
I
touch
see.
the hair with my brother. We touch chest hair. We touch
Downstairs hair.
if we're having a funny lady night. Yeah.
So what do you do on funny lady night? Do you tuck your
I forgot
dicks
about the
and
funny
go,
lady night.
Gallivant about the town. What do you do when you're feeling
So
funny
you
lady,
guys,
Ben?
just the hair
good.
touches,
Yeah, that's
when like you touch skin, you guys just too close, too close.
We recorded this song we listen to while we do it. It's like trial and error. error. You know, it's very like kind of 80s, like slow. It's a very Sade, you know, but it's us singing on the track. Trial and error, find you, you know, and then we touch our hairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, I have to say with this article, you know, I will watch hours of pig fisting videos.
Sure.
I call myself the piggy of the East because I went all the way down and up the streets. But this article about this hair tail makes me want to throw up.
It does. This is the article. You just said that you and Henry linked hairy tails together.
He has a long piece of hair that he braided that comes out of the center of his back.
It's a rat tail coming out of basically his arse.
That's
isn't it?
disgusting. I'm sorry.
I mean, it made him a god,
That's
Jackie.
basically
He's
what's
trying
happening.
to get away with being the monkey god because he won't shave his fucking back hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are buying it.
Yeah, the monkey god.
Humans are the monkey god.
Well,
We are it.
It's a bunch of tea picker bullshit.
Yeah,
That's what I
tea
say.
pickers.
Well,
Yeah.
followers who
Tea pickers,
travel
yeah.
to see him in his West Bengal village believe he can cure illness and that he is blessed.
I think that's true.
Pickers.
However,
Tea
experts
pickers.
say his tail is not a gift from God, but rather a birth defect.
Yes, that's
Yes.
what it
Got
is.
That is
Beautiful
highly
eyes. I'll tell you that
impressive.
much.
It's a form of spina bifida.
It was a similar thing.
Really?
Remember that gal that was born with the 4 legs or the 6 legs over there in India? They fancied her
And
a
they thought
goddess
she
as
was
well.
they thought she was a goddess, yeah.
Yeah, but then she died really young because humans aren't supposed to live that
Over
way.
here in America, we put those girls in freak shows, or at least we used to before the PC police came in and shut them all down.
Of course, and of course, the PC police is the actual police because the women they were getting killed.
I'll say that
These
though.
kids were getting murdered.
If you're born with deformities, it's best to be
Hit the
born in
road.
India.
Yeah.
Because
That's a
hit the
good point.
road, go to India, you'll be
Yeah,
treated like a king over there.
yeah, treated like a god, better than a king. Yeah, I
You're
agree.
a showman. Get a routine.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like
There's
it.
got to be a god out there for you.
So overall thumbs up, is it?
Yeah, overall thumbs up. Exactly. Oh, thumbs up. Yeah, I would give it a thumbs up. They're right up the old anus.
One hand.
Yep. Would you get with someone with a tail, April, or is that a deal breaker?
If he's a god, I think he'd probably get me into
Right?
it. Yeah.
What's wrong with this woman? I feel like she's not big enough to handle the celebrity that goes
I'm
with
sure
being
she's
married to a
plenty
god.
big, but
I don't think that's not even a stereotype. That's not a stereotype, Jackie. That is not an Indian stereotype.
Yeah, they're all skinny. They're bony.
Beautiful women.
There's
No,
no
but
food.
she has to stay with him because no other man would love her. She's got to be fat. If she's dating a man with a hair tail,
I can show you a picture of the woman.
Let's see. Let's see who's
There she is right there.
Oh, she won't even show her face.
No, she actually,
just
well,
has a
she's
baby.
a part of an arranged marriage here. She had no choice in the matter.
She looks pretty cute, actually, by the side of her neck.
I don't know. It was just her neck.
Let's see. Oh, gorgeous woman.
Good little ear.
Don't you can't give it gorgeous.
Nice knitwear.
Yeah, she has a
Very
nice
nice
hat
knit.
on.
She's able
She's
to
fine.
produce a child.
She
She
doesn't
looks
look
all
very
right.
happy, though.
She looks like she's covering up big time. She's got a hot little thing under there.
Yep, hot body there.
Good loose clothes, you know, because
Yep.
she doesn't want to be sexy in front of her tail's husband.
That's right. It's like the exact opposite of Jackie wearing all of her low-cut shirts, you know? Hot
don't
shirt all
understand.
covered up. But then some girls.
understand.
No, Jackie, you're stunning, and I love you.
Hair tail.
I don't have one. Marcus?
Let's go over to China.
No,
Next story.
Marcus, how do you think people there?
We just got back.
No, we were in Vietnam before, and now we're really going to China.
Is there
place?
another place that we could go?
no. Let's see what's going on.
We know what's going to go on.
That's gonna be.
How many people died, Marcus?
No one.
Okay.
The stomach of a 58-year-old woman exploded after she ate and drank too much.
She didn't die?
She did not die.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
According to a post by a nutritionist at the Beijing Friendship Hospital, the patient was sent to a hospital.
That sounds like a real place.
Name your hospital that.
I think I have
Stick
cancer.
this squash up there.
Pro friendship anti-litigation hospital.
Yeah.
The patient was sent to a hospital in Suzhou, Zhengzhou province, 1 hour after she suffered from severe abdominal swelling caused by excessive eating. During the operation, gas burst out of her abdomen and caused a fire.
Ouch.
The operation continued after the fire was put out and the patient's entire stomach was finally removed.
Wait,
The
hold on. So during the surgery,
During the surgery,
gas came out of her stomach, busted out of her stomach, and lit on fire.
Yep. One of the doctors explained that
this is not
Sounds
normal.
like the plot of that Kurt Russell film.
Fucking MSG,
Which one was that?
man.
Backdraft? Yeah.
This is where they got it from.
Well, one of the doctors explained that the fire occurred when the ethyl alcohol in the patient's stomach came in contact with the electrical surgical knife used during the operation.
Are doctors and surgeons no longer allowed to smoke cigars while performing surgery now? I mean, how the hell did they light this woman on fire?
I just told you.
There's just the electrical thing, huh?
Yeah. The electrical surgical knife ignited the ethyl alcohol that was expelled from the woman's stomach.
Electrical surgical knife?
Yeah.
I guess it's common.
I guess they don't use
doesn't seem
scalpels
like a very
anymore.
good one.
It's basically like hot knives.
Doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's a hot knife.
It's basically hot
it's like a soldering iron that cuts you open.
It's basically hot knife.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
now. I just thought it was great.
I also just thought, what was it?
Like you're cutting a turkey open.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was
Same
I couldn't
thing.
stop thinking about National Lampoons when Clark Griswold cuts the turkey and it's just like just explodes like a basketball.
Don't get me too horny. If I get too horny, then the whole place gets all messy.
Doctor's smoking a cigar, but he can't smoke because he's got the surgical mask on, so it just keeps falling out. He's picking it up and putting it back in the mask.
Safest way to smoke. I've been smoking through a surgical mask for 50 years, and I don't have one goddamn lick of cancer. Don't you tell me if I'm saying that.
You want to live, don't you?
That's the fourth patient you've lit on fire this week, doctor.
Yeah.
Anesthesiologist, put that man to sleep.
Why not?
Surgeon General, sir.
I had a weird run-in with the Chinese lady.
Oh,
today. I
yeah?
should
What
bring it
happened?
up.
It's really good.
I was
really
on my
wish
way
I'd
back
been
to
there.
the shoot we were doing.
Oh, this is an actual true story.
Yeah, I had gotten like a cheesesteak. I was walking back to the shoot.
Well, now we definitely know it's a true story.
Yeah, it's definitely
because
true.
he just got a cheesesteak.
There was this Chinese lady, the old Chinese lady on the street, and she was just like, "Oh, you help me. Chinese people, we're at Chinatown." I'm dead serious. Like, we're at Chinese people, we're at Chinatown. And I'm on, we're at 30th Street and 8th. And I'm just like, lady, I don't know what to tell you. It is so far away. You have to walk that way for a day to get to Chinatown. She's like, "Oh, well, how many passe to Chinatown for Chinese people?" And I was just
what?
I don't know. Passe? I guess that means blocks.
Oh,
so I was
okay.
like, I don't know. 50? It's fucking a year away from
Probably
here.
50, yeah.
For you who has no idea. And then by the end, I'm just like, go to Penn Station, downtown train. Go to Penn Station, downtown. She's like, try and passe. How many Chinese people can I passe make? I'm just like, I have to go, woman. I have to leave. It was a night. It was a fucking night.
So when's the wedding? Hello. Well, that's sweet, though.
It was a fucking nightmare. I just and she kept asking the questions. What do? You can't. You
Well,
have
just
to
don't
walk
scream
away.
at her like that. Just be a nice person.
Yes,
and
walk
tell her
away.
to go.
I couldn't deal with it at that point. I was so upset.
What do you got, Marcus?
No, I was trying to find the translation for block into Mandarin, but it just gives me a fucking Chinese symbol. I don't know what that means.
Read it fucking upside down.
So is that Chinese symbol English? If they look at that Chinese symbol, does English come out of their mouth?
No, I don't think so, Ed. No, it doesn't matter.
Yes. I think so.
Yes, it does, Ed.
Okay.
You are very correct.
You don't know. No one here really knows.
I don't want.
You know what, Eddie? I'm gonna go ahead and assume you went to college.
For a couple of semesters? Yes.
By a couple of semesters, he stalked a girl who went to college. It was very fun. All right, Marcus. Okay, so the woman's stomach exploded.
Yeah, the woman's stomach.
Yeah, the
We're
whole
going to
thing.
do one more story before we get to the segment. An Ipswich teenager is accused of going on a drunken late-night chainsaw rampage inside a petrol station while wearing a flower pot on his head.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and roll chaos
I
reigns.
like it. Did the flower pot have holes in it?
He does. I have a picture. I can show you. Right?
No. He's looking at the bottom of it.
Yeah. He's looking at the bottom.
I see. Okay.
Yep. It's alleged that the man who was wearing a flower pot over his head in an attempt to conceal his identity entered the store about 4:30 a.m. on Monday. Wielding a chainsaw, which was running at the time, the man lunged at the store attendants who retreated into a back room. Police allege the man then used the chainsaw to damage a window and several display racks in the shop before exposing his buttocks to the store attendants.
He mooned him.
I love that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, my chainsaw's out of gas. Look at my fucking butt.
Look at my ass. Look at my ass.
Good old-fashioned prank.
He's accused of damaging a parked vehicle upon fleeing the scene. It is alleged that the man made demands for money but left the store only with a bottle of soft drink.
Which is probably because he was a pothead. Hey, guys, flower pot. He had a flower pot on his head. That was really good. I've been sitting on that one.
Holdenators,
He can't.
Well, Jack, he's technically allowed to. I'm sorry.
Marcusarian Nation, unite!
I don't like
Black people will turn you into lampshades.
Marcus is slowly turning it into a racial group.
Don't fucking cross us.
All right,
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Okay.
So wait, he couldn't find a mask, so he put a flower pot on his head?
Put a flower. I mean, this was Australia.
It's the closest thing
I mean,
there.
he's obviously high on rocks.
Definitely.
When you
Smoke
rip
rocks
open a
in
fucking
Australia.
koala, throw that thing on his fucking face.
Hell yeah, man.
And his name, Stephen Steele.
Oh, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
Cool.
He had to do this. It was his destiny.
Steven Steele from Ipswich went crazy. Pulled out a chainsaw and demanded a Coca-Cola.
Give him the goddamn Coca-Cola.
That's
That's
a
what I
trailer
always say.
to a movie I would see.
Absolutely.
No, not his butt.
Yeah. That's the end of it.
He's a pothead who smokes rocks.
Love that mooning stuff. We used to do that all the time as kids. Do
Love
the moon.
mooning
It was
people.
great. My
used to
high
make a
school,
comeback.
It was a huge thing.
Yeah.
The kids get charged with sexual harassment now, though.
That's
in-
one of my
in
fondest
today's
memories
America.
of it.
Now,
Really,
A
April?
pressed ham.
I used to
It was
mo-
called
yeah.
a pressed
A
ham.
pressed ham.
Yeah.
I used to
See,
moon
we only
people all
called
the
it a
time.
pressed ham when we actually pressed it against a window.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
I think it was a Buick. I think.
Yeah. Sophie.
I think I saw Eddie's pressed ham against a number of different vehicles.
Really?
Yeah, it was a trademark. I got fired from a job. Why? Party City. You figure in like one place you could do it.
All right. Hold on. Eddie, you got, first of all, I'm shocked you got hired at Party City. Number two, I'm not at all shocked that you got fired from Party City for giving them a pressed ham. So what? You just
Showed up with a Hawaiian shirt every day. They said I had to wear a uniform.
It's unbelievable. How long were you working at Party City before you jammed your ass on the window?
2 weeks.
3 weeks, 2 weeks here. I'll give it 1 week.
But the thing is, they killed. It went crazy. It was so popular, and I, like people started talking about the store, and then someone told the manager, and he fired me.
Because you showed your ass to
The
everybody.
girl I showed my ass to quit with me.
She did.
Yeah.
That's how nice it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a gesture.
Ass cheek solidarity.
Wow.
Imagine you.
And April,
just-
when you would shove his ass on the window there, did you look or look away? Did
You had
stare?
to look.
You had to look at it.
You had to.
Compelling, huh?
A beacon.
Really?
An absolute beacon.
It was stunningly gorgeous.
I've never seen an arse like it.
Yeah, but
And
when
was
I
it-
fart, it looks like a car crash.
Oh, that's great. I would love to see, what is it, the Rorschach test there of Eddie farting on a window to see what that creates. A couple of fucking hogs kissing, but it also looks like a vase.
Man, I imagine like quitting Party City is like just the saddest Jerry Maguire moment.
Oh,
I got fired.
You got fired?
Yeah, because he put his ass on the window.
Oh yeah.
I didn't put it on the window. I just showed it to a bunch of people.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, looking
my
back,
goodness.
yeah, he was probably right. I should have.
Oh, yeah. No, you got to get fired. You have to. There's no other, you got to
Showed
fire.
my ass in the middle of the store.
Yeah, it's Party City, Eddie. It's not Butt Town or something wild like that.
All right, and now it's time for a segment from Holden McNeely.
Sex toys. Holdenators, how? So this next segment is about Marcus is a multi-billion-dollar owner of a sex toy factory / porno shop / sit alone with him in his daddy's bedroom shop. And
He wants to get a new sex toy going on. We got to all pitch him a sex toy. He's taking, he's buying, we're selling. I'll start with my sex toy. It's called a Croatian Go Boy.
It's a person.
No. It is a dildo essentially, but it represents, it's like the size like 3 M&Ms next to each other, but like in the shape of like I guess a penis. I don't know what they have. Maybe it's just charred or whatever. We'll burn it. It's
Why
like
do
you
you
make
hate
the dildo.
them so much?
We don't need to. Don't
just
fucking.
started.
Was there some old family shit that happened?
This is a fucking. These people, Ed. Have you smelled them?
I mean, I knew the one, and she was perfect.
No,
Yeah, they're beautiful
You have not smelled.
people.
You have not smelled them. You have not
Croatia's
truly.
supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah,
They're beautiful people in a beautiful
that is
country.
a lie. That is like Disney World, but behind the curtain at the fucking. It's a
great
small
big, beautiful
world. It's a
tomorrow.
bunch of gnarled machinery.
Tourists only see the socially
They only,
acceptable people.
the ones that they put out front, but in the back, it's all just like fucking cracked.
Beautiful
skin.
tomorrow, shining at the end of every day.
So
It's the best one, man.
it's a Croatian Go Boy. Essentially, it vibrates, but only a small amount, kind of up, down, up, down. You put it, you don't even know it's the fucking.
It sounds
chick,
like a rabbit. It
chick
sounds
doesn't
like one of
even
those-
know it's in there, right?
Yeah.
And then after a while, I have a little microphone, a little speaker in it, and after a while, of really not much going on, it's just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, so that's disgusting. All right. Very good.
Croatian Go Boy.
Next.
Well, thank you for the segment and thank you for the idea.
God, that was 30 minutes long.
That was bad, right? That was terrible. I'm sorry. It's just so sad.
Just like when people hear it from the other room. Oh, you're using a Go Boy, huh? A Croatian Go Boy. Okay. My idea, Marcus, billionaire.
Yes, sir.
It's a can full of cum.
Well,
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
As a
And
sex toy.
Yeah.
How-
As what else would it be, man?
lawn darts were.
confident.
Yeah.
Lawn darts were
Look.
technically a toy too. So.
all right, so I got some questions for you. Logistical questions.
Say away.
Why did you have any questions about the Go Boy?
It's
all
full
the
proof,
questions.
Holden.
Yeah.
Explained it for 30 minutes.
Yeah, the questions were all answered. Yeah.
Where does the cum come from?
It comes from all senators. The senators in the country, they all
That actually
jerk
kinda
off
sounds good.
into a trough, and then you get it.
It's going to be pretty expensive then.
Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
So what
I see your point, and I make your point.
So how are we going to market this? Why are people going to pay this much money for this stuff?
Because don't you want the power of Washington in your pussy?
I do.
Yeah, lots of people do.
Oh my god.
They do.
So we already have the Queen Japanese sold on this.
Yeah, the Queen
He's got
Jack.
that like cherry tree, like was it tree gack? What is that called?
Tree Gack.
Sap?
Sap. Yeah,
Tree
yeah.
Gack?
Tree gack.
Like it's starring in Double Dare. And Mark Summers is involved somehow with your tree gag.
Yeah, I want it inside of me.
You're like a person who never learned words.
Hey, where's all that tree gag?
It was visceral though, right? You knew what I was.
Now,
I
had no idea what you were
I
saying.
know.
I've never thought of trees as so slutty before.
I know. It sounds unbelievable.
Tree gag, that's so naughty.
It's
Gag.
fucking slick.
Okay, Ben, what do you got?
Tree gack. I can't even think about anything other than just trees covered
There's
in
your
some
idea.
sort of cummy
There's your
process.
idea.
Yeah, that's a toy in itself. Just
Don't
a
help
tree
him,
in the middle.
April.
I always need
Sorry.
help with
Sorry.
these things, April. Thank you. Maybe that, like a rubbin tree. We'll call it a rubbin tree.
A rubbin tree?
Kitties have like their little things that they paw on, but ladies and guys alike, it'll be a wet tree, a liquidy tree full of a gacky-like substance.
Okay.
It'll have some holes. It'll also have a bumpy section, sort of a riveted section, sort of a wavy section, and then multiple size holes of different liquid levels and in different tightness and width.
You know what? You're getting better at this.
I really nailed that one.
It took you a long time.
Well, you know, I like to give
really
it, I like
long
to give it
time.
to the
Let's
people.
give Ben a hand. Let's
All right. Well, I
better
could
at
win it
it.
every week if I wanted to, but it's a communal show where everyone has a chance to win.
All right, April.
What? Jackie's looking at me all weird.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about the viscous holes in your tree gap. and
Anyone
I
can
don't
do
know
in
if
different
I
heights and
appreciate
levels.
it.
It's a universal.
I just
it's a
feel like it's going to be sharp.
No, I mean there will be one sharp hole for sort of your sadomasochism, sort of your
the sharp
H.H.
hole.
Holmes.
Yeah, it'll be labeled though.
Yeah, exactly. The sharp hole. Yeah, it'll have a knife over it or something like that. If
Yeah,
you're more
the
of a
no hole.
Albert Fish type, then yeah, of course there'll be a hole just full of screws that you can stick your dick into and fill in nails and things like
Well,
that.
I tell you what, I really hate to interrupt, but I've got my finger on the pulse here.
Oh, okay.
Wow, sexual.
I think I know what the ladies want.
Okay.
Right, all right. It's a new market that's just emerged, but it's pretty hot right now.
All right.
Bigfoot porn.
That's a good point.
Right, so I'm taking Bigfoot porn.
point.
And I am meshing it with Japanese robotics, the latest
Wow.
in the two to create a Sasquatch fuck doll.
She's too good at this.
That's
I don't
very
like
good.
it.
Wow. Sasquatch fuck doll robot. It's a robot, right?
Ah, yes.
What does it say?
Anything you want.
That's what I want.
It makes like tree gag gobbling.
Wow.
Can we get Eddie to record all the voices for it?
He's already signed up.
That's great. That means it's low on batteries.
I want it more ferocious. I want it meaner, Ed. Can you do meaner?
The name is he's the tree gag gobbler.
The tree gack
Gack gobbler.
All right, I like that.
Good
Sasquatch
Lord,
half
that's a good
machine.
one.
Bigfoot porn, people. It's a thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a
Absolutely.
thing.
All right, Steve, what do you got?
So thank you for your suggestions and compliments. Yes, indeed.
No problem. Very good idea.
I like that one. Mine is it's a flashlight.
Okay.
I think that's the fleshlight.
Well, no, but it's also a flashlight. It has a flashlight on the end of it, and the only way to power it is you have to masturbate.
I've heard that one.
Oh, you gotta feed it.
Yeah, you have to jack off.
It's
so like,
jizzy powered.
right. So like, in the event, like you don't have any
boyfriend
batteries.
tell me that once.
That you were jizzy powered?
That's a good line.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
You're gonna be real tired for work tomorrow.
You've got to power our way home.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. Like he's sort of like E.T. and you're the bicycle.
Sure, that's what my mother always said.
Yeah.
April, you're just like the town bike.
That's great. Lucky for you, I'm a runner. All right, Steve. So it's just a flashlight that you power a flashlight.
It's powered by the
you jack it
motion of your jacking off.
Oh,
so
the
like,
motion.
Yeah,
right.
so that
So
makes
like,
sense.
so if like the power goes out and you don't have any batteries, you can just jack off with it.
A little
and you
too
can see it.
utilitarian for the sex toy industry.
Well, yeah, you know, I
Utilitarian.
just want to catch a person and start like a horny.
The German market might appreciate it.
Yes, the German market might appreciate. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
sex for
very
me is-
efficient.
Sex
yeah.
for me is just like it's practical.
Yeah, I like that idea. I don't know if it's utilitarian.
Jackie.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I feel like bringing vinegar into foreplay is something that is not it's not tapped into, because if you think about it, have you ever had vinegar on your nipples before?
No.
They get tingly
Do they?
and they get upset.
I have an infomercial right now.
So what I'm telling you,
Jackie, when did you have you ever had vinegar on your nipples?
No, I haven't.
it gives you tingles, and imagine what it would do for your clit. So what I'm proposing here is called the Jackaneezy Sour Pleasy.
It's a viniclit.
But also, it comes in a combination package that, your man won't go down on you. Having
you
problems
vinegar.
getting sizzled in your crotch. Take a big smoked sausage. Put it in your man's mouth. Get him to get a big old bite. Take some sauerkraut, shove it inside of your vagina like a pita. Fill it as if it were a pita. It gets you all sizzled. He wants the sauerkraut after he has the sausage in his mouth, and he immediately would just suck you dry from every fucking cabbage shred that you've ever had inside your
This is not a toy, though. This is not a toy. This is a sexual practice. It is a thing that you can do. Where's the toy? The sausage is the toy?
You know what the toy is? This is an instructional video, my friend.
I didn't hear you say that, Marcus.
Instructional video.
I didn't hear you say that.
Yes, it is.
It is an instructional video. Jack and Easy Sour Pleasy.
No one's watching it.
Is that Jack and Easy Sour Pleasy program?
Yes, and everyone wants to be involved, and I'm telling you, we'll sell them $50 a pop because people want to know what pleases me.
Kielbasa.
Cabbage, vinegar, sausage.
Polish food.
So people already know, so they don't have to.
Well, I was originally going to call it the Pollock surprise, but
Nobody was surprised.
no one.
That's the thing. It's just the Pollock. Just the Pollock usual. I brought you into this world eating sausage and stuffing your mother's cabbage pussy full of cabbage, and it'll take you out of this world. That's a Polish Bill Cosby. You never know. You never know. Eddie, you're up. All right.
Oh man, I don't know.
Well, you're already the voice of Bigfoot.
This is a good ass round.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be one of the hardest fucking buys I've ever had to make as a billionaire.
All right, so you know those? Remember when we were younger? We were talking about this the other day, Ben. The little machines you put on your keychain. You press the button, be like, "Fuck you, fuck you."
Yeah.
Piece of shit. Eat a dick. Or it was farts.
Yeah.
I want I want one of those, but it's a dildo. It's like, oh, you fucking like that? Like that's the noise it makes when it reaches far enough.
You mean like, I'm sorry.
Like the Go Boy.
No. Mine's gonna be tougher. But then they're also gonna be like, I'm gonna get like hands. Like that you can put on your breasts. He's like, oh, squeezy.
Oh, I don't think that's something that a woman likes, though.
Well, no, you buy it for a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Gag. Okay, it's a sexual gag.
A literal gag.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Marcus.
there's like a pocket pussy one that's just like, makes that noise.
No, we could say, like, come inside of me.
Yeah. But
like, I'm
for
tired.
once in your life,
Terrifying.
enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And fucking
Come inside.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? We're going to have a tiebreaker right now.
Can I say right now, though, real quick? I'm willing to join your business.
Go Boy sucks,
as
Holden.
the Go Boy as a part of your
You really
product
want that?
line.
I don't want to deal with his Croatian
hate?
racism. I like Croatians too much.
Why? They're
I won't
so
be involved.
illegal.
I won't.
They're so
They're not
wrong.
illegal. They're people.
I love Croatians.
They
and
think they like backwards guns.
No one likes it back.
Insane.
Kurt Cobain did too.
Yeah,
Saw what
he
happened to
did.
him.
Something years ago.
Holy Lord,
We all
too
know.
soon here. Jesus Christ.
They get a backwards bazooka, the whole fucking island's gonna be taken out. We gotta
I don't
fix
think
it.
Croatia's an island.
It's not an island.
It's exceptionally landlocked.
We're all an island.
All right, Marcus.
All right, so I'm gonna set a timer right now.
Okay.
And it's going to be between the Tree Gack Gobbler and the Jack and Easy Sour Pleasy program.
Oh, all right. What
Yeah,
do you
it's
want
gonna-
from us, though?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer for 30 seconds for each of you.
All right.
And I've already heard your ideas. I think they're great.
Sure.
What I want to hear from both of you is why your product is going to make more money than the other one.
You should have them be like, how do they want to pleasure me?
He wants to make money.
Yeah. I'm a fucking billionaire, but I want to be a
Yeah,
multi-billionaire.
you get there for fucking a reason, bro.
You got to speculate to accumulate.
All right, well, that's April. Yeah, here we go. All right,
I mean,
April,
already she's already ahead. I mean, with that, she
She's
shows.
part of the 30 seconds.
I don't know, but she.
I mean, you gotta impress them before you get in the room.
I mean,
before you get in the room, you gotta impress them.
I'll suck everybody's dick. I'm the best dick sucker on this round table.
All right, Jackie's going to
I'm
win.
ahead now. I'm ahead.
All right, so you
suck a lot of dick.
But I
can't just say you're ahead to be ahead.
I will suck the dick of a lizard, of an Italian, of a Jew-hating German. gentlemen.
She's pointing at everyone.
Sitting next to me, his name is Steve. Pollock lover, also Aryan piece of shit, Marcus.
Or Caesarean.
All of your fucking.
Well, I don't like the way you described me, but that's fine.
I was totally fine with the way you described me. All right, Tree Gag Gobbler. Tree Gag Gobbler, and go.
Okay, what's not to love about Bigfoot porn robotics? I have to tell you. It's like 50 Shades of Grey meets the Hendersons.
I don't want to go.
I would like that. I would watch that.
15 seconds.
It's like elf porn meets like dangerous cowboys. It's just it's something fierce. It's what every woman wants. She wants to be spanked in the bottom by some sort of creature feature, doesn't she now?
I'm telling you, that last line got me hard. I love it. I love it. Well, Jackie, don't even bother. April wins. Holy Lord. Spanked on the bottom. There's the way you said it there.
Creature feature.
They're all hard. This isn't fair. Anthony, I know you're not hard right now, and I'm looking to you to support me in my business venture right now.
Get hard for Jackie, Anthony.
I'm going to get hard now.
Anthony has a disease, Holden.
Everyone's getting hard.
All right, Jackie, what's your thing that you're going to say this time?
And you got 30 seconds, and go.
So that's something that women want, but I'm going to go ahead and say that women don't buy these toys, men do. You know what men want? To eat sausage. You know what men want? To eat sauerkraut. And to give their lady the pleasure that they want. They want an engorged clit. They want something that tastes good, kind of like vinegar and not like a pussy. I'm saying that men will buy this. Women don't buy sex toys. Men buy sex toys. And if they do, they're lesbian and they have nothing to do with sausages because they're all fucking vegetarians.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, it's a fun line, but I don't think that's true. I am hard. DeVito's gotten hard.
I've gotten him hard.
Holy Lord.
I mean, you know, now that I have to factor in research and development costs, I have to factor in overhead. After it's all said and done, the Jack and Easy Sour Pleasy program is going to make me the most money.
That's ridiculous. April, you won.
You know what,
April, you win.
I want to shake your hand because that was scary.
Can you keep my dream alive?
Yeah, I think I can. I think that we
That's
can do this
amazing. That was the
together.
most beautiful thing that's ever happened. We're going to combine efforts.
Yeah, but you know what, April? You're getting hired for research and development.
Yeah!
I mean, it's not real. It
Say
doesn't
all the
matter.
commercials to make all the men hard.
We're going to start you. We're going to start you at $18,000 a year. How do you like it?
That's double what I earn at the moment.
I didn't know you were rich as well. Holy Lord. I'm extra
Quite a catch.
all right, that's
Third
Jackie.
world girls gone wild.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
They're just,
Well, okay, now that's the kind of thinking I like in research and development.
Third world girls gone wild.
This is a girl trying to swim away from a crocodile.
She's only naked because it's ripped all the
She's
shit.
wild.
I just want an education.
She's mashing that rice. She's mashing it.
Holy Lord. Fully engorged.
Mashing it like,
Jackie,
like her
any-
Jack
family's
and
life.
Easy, Sour Pleasy.
Marcusarian and proud.
Marcusarian Nation.
Pollinators win the funnest wars.
Put on your red shoelaces, boys.
They're on, sir.
Steve McCarthy, thanks for being here. April, thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys.
And then let's do the Twitter, Jack the Worm, and then Marcus Parks, and then I'm Ben Kissel on Twitter, and then follow Murderfist on Twitter, and found our
What's
RT
next,
Gentlemen.
Ed?
Yeah,
And what's next, Ed?
Come on.
What about Anthony?
Whatever.
I just got to Anthony.
Anthony, what's your Twitter?
Anthony DeVito _
Underscore.
Wow.
After the Anthony DeVito.
I kind of like that.
Do you guys have Twitter?
Yeah.
I'm not on the Twitter.
You're
Good
not
for
on
you.
it?
I don't
Steve?
understand.
If you're ever in Dabab,
Steven
Egypt,
DMC.
go get diving lessons from April.
Who gives a
I
shit?
listen to it,
Yeah,
but no
who
one
gives a
else
shit?
listens.
Steve, what's that?
Steven DMC, you can follow me on
Steven DMC.
Well, April, you live in Dabab?
I live in Dahab. It's just slightly.
Dahab.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. And go to the Facebook page and sign up and become a member, and it's really great. Then you can be on the ground floor of the war between the Jackanese and the Holdenators. I'm not officially recognized recognizing the Marcus.
I want some.
You're not officially
I'm not
recognizing the
recognizing
Marcusarians?
the Marcusarians.
Marcusarians, you gotta fucking get to the UN that is Ben Kissel.
I'm not doing it. Holdenators and
Find a town and paint it brown.
Jack and knees, we get what we need.
That's disgusting. Okay.